Hello and welcome to the Omni Coalition News Show, aka TOCNS. This show is an amalgam of strange, weird, bizarre, off the wall, and otherwise things you don't normally see anymore from most news sources these days. During a time of political overabundance and divisiveness, we present you with more unifying topics to discuss for the most part. For links to those articles, the music, and anything else in the potentially interesting, check the underrated description below. Anyway, I am Ao Xander, and today I'm joined by.
Guerrera.
Yep. We had somebody. I don't know where they went. Anyway, today is Fridays Day, aka Friday, June 9th, 2023. So, Mr. Carrera, how about we do this? You just read the headline and then I'll read a couple of paragraphs involving the article. Sound good?
Sure. Let me get to where I need to be.
All right. While you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and start us off here. From Oddity Central, we have the world's largest truck can carry a load of over 500 tons. Whoa. So, it says here, the Bell AZ 75710 is a Belarusian ultra-class truck that has held the title of world's largest haul truck for the last 10 years. Launched in 2013, the Bell AZ 75710 managed to put the Bell AZ brand back on the map. Back in the Soviet era, the company based in the Belarusian city of Zhodino made the largest and most powerful mining trucks in the world, but after the fall of the Soviet Union, it was surpassed by Western manufacturers like Caterpillar, Liebherr, or Baihuris, all of which have held the title of world's largest truck, with some of their models at some point in time. But a decade ago, Bell AZ reclaimed its throne with a behemoth that puts all other ultra-class trucks to shame in terms of size and load capacity. And just look at the size of that thing. Like, photos do not do this justice. These vehicles, like, you gotta, like go up to these in person to truly, like, marvel at just how massive these are. Like, you know, this crane here, like this excavator, whatever that is, like that's a staircase right there. Like people are about the size of my cursor, actually, more or less. So like these are big machines, dude. Very big machines. But yeah. Anyway, moving on up, Carrera, have you caught up with us here?
No, I'm actually still on my page.
What do you mean on your page?
I'm on the SoundCloud.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and continue on here. More from Oddity Central. World's first unchewable flip flops could save your dog's life. All right. Well, here's another idea. Just don't have a dog. You know. Created by Brazilian flip-flop brand Brizza in collaboration with pedigree and advertising agency Miriam Brazil, the world's first unchewable flip-flops are made with the most bitter substance known to man. Dogs' love for chewing footwear is well documented. Pups do it to release the pain as their teeth grow. Other dogs do it out of boredom or some form of stress, and some just like chewing stuff. While most times we see humorous depictions of dogs ruining their owner's shoes, the reality is that this habit puts them at risk of a very serious gastrointestinal problems. Data shows that in a third of gastrointestinal surgery procedures to foreign objects from the intestines of dogs, the ingested substance is footwear rubber, mostly from flip-flops. Seeing as this can cause life-threatening problems for the animals, flip-flop brand Brizza decided to create the world's first unchewable flip-flops. Well, I mean, nothing is truly anything. Like, there's this I'm not going to look it up, but there's this one meme I saw a long time ago. It was like, you know, the spray you get to spray on stuff that supposedly makes things taste awful, and makes dogs and cats and such not want to chew on it. There's this one photo of the bottle of spray itself was chewed until there was holes in it and chewed some more, and the dog they've discovered actually enjoyed that taste. So, like, as I said before, it's just easier just to not have a dog. You know, like, you don't risk putting an animal's health at risk. Don't risk putting your wallet at risk with all those veterinary bills, and yeah, Anyway, let's move on up here. More from Oddity Central. Student finds rat head in school lunch. School insists it's a duck. Well, it doesn't matter if it's a duck or a rat. Like, why is there a head in the lunch? That's disgusting. A scandal known as Rat Head Gate has been getting a lot of attention on Chinese social media after a student found what looks like a rat head in their cafeteria meal. The school claims it's actually a duck head. Well, that's why, as I said, why is there a head in there at all? The incident reportedly occurred last week at the cafeteria of the Jiangxi Vocational Technical College of Industry Trade in Nanjing, China. While eating their lunch, a student found what looked like a rat's head in their bowl of rice and pulled out their phone to record the discovery. Then they confronted the cafeteria staff about it, but were told that it wasn't a rat's head, but a duck's head. The latter, along with duck's neck, are an important part of Chinese cuisine, but it wasn't what the student had ordered, and it certainly didn't look like a duck. So, that is absolutely disgusting. Yeah, it is definitely a rat's head. Like, you know, yeah, it shows here the skeletal structure, and you can see it right there. That's definitely the head of a rat. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, look at that. China out there making memes. Look at that. That's it's actually pretty funny. Yeah, I suddenly want to vomit really badly. So let's move on up here. More from Oddity Central. Real life Groundhog Day. Rare condition caused man to live the same day on repeat. Alright. A rare condition called déjà vu has been causing an 80-year-old man to perceive every event in his life as a previous experience, similar to the time loop described in the movie Groundhog Day. Can you imagine watching TV and saying the same thing over and over again, or trying to read a new book only to find yourself looking at the same pages you read the day before? How about driving and seeing the same cars behind you every day, or walking past the same people as you're strolling down the street? It sounds like an eerie experience worthy of shows like The Twilight Zone or Black Mirror, but it's actually the life of people suffering from an extremely rare condition known as déjà vu. Believed to be a complication of Alzheimer's disease, déjà vu is the persistent impression that any new encounters are just repetitions of previous experiences. That's scary. Like, that is absolutely terrifying.
We are actually, like, living through that, like, dealing with my grandmother, Xander's father. Everything that we're dealing with is this. It's so terrifying.
Yeah, well, as people grow older, things break down, including the brain, you know? Like, and, you know, this is why I've been saying, like, you know, we've evolved into a species that operates outside of nature, and nature will always win. We are so reliant on our technology, and everybody's all hoopla about, oh, modern medicine, people can live up to, like, 90 and 100 and 110. But it's like, dude, are they really living? Like, are they still around, or are they just, you know, hooked up to a machine in a vegetative state? You know? Like, we gotta, until we figure out how to, like, slow aging, you know, it doesn't matter any other breakthrough, because we're still more or less decomposing very slowly as we live and breathe, you know? So, but yeah, like, as Carrera said, a lot of people here either deal with or are experiencing other people dealing with things like this, and it's heartbreaking, you know. Yeah, I've had my own experiences with things involving that. And anyway, let's move on up here. Oddity Central: the curious case of Mexico's fainting students. All right. Mexican authorities are still struggling to find answers to the seemingly unexplained fainting of hundreds of middle school students all over the country in the fall of last year. On September 23rd last year, 12 students, 11 girls and 1 boy, at the Federal One public secondary school in Tapachula, Mexico, spontaneously collapsed in their classrooms, in the bathrooms, and in the school courtyard. Another 22 middle school students reported symptoms like severe headaches and vomiting. Interestingly, some of the affected students reported smelling something smoky in the air, like the scent of burning leaves, which led investigators to believe that drugs like marijuana had probably been to blame, but tests came back negative. Other students reported seeing a mustard color powder in the bathroom on that day, but toxicology analysis again revealed nothing of interest. Eventually, doctors concluded that the kids had suffered panic attacks, but in the following days, similar incidents started being reported at other schools across Mexico. So we have a mystery going on here. This sounds a little bit like Havana syndrome, somewhat. So, but yeah, and then by the way, I forgot to mention for further reading on all of these articles and the future ones, all of these are already linked down in the underbar of the description below. So, like as I always say, these people they put in the work. So please go give them the foot traffic. I'm just reading these articles to get people interested because this is pretty interesting stuff. Like just random fainting in Mexico students. So, oh wow. It says here, over the next couple of months, hundreds of students at 6 different middle schools in 4 Mexican states, hundreds of miles apart, experienced fainting, unexplained dizziness, headaches, and vomiting, and several of them needed several days or even weeks to recover. In total, 227 children, mostly girls, were affected across the entire country, and authorities still don't have a proper explanation for what happened. So something's happening. This is big. So keep an eye on this, guys. I actually might want to put that into the peanut here for this upcoming Sunday. Hold on a second. Let me add that link in there. All right, let's move on up here. We got some more from Audio Central. Finally, some justice. A man lost his job for taking 6-hour toilet breaks at work. 6-hour toilet. What are you doing in the toilet for 6 hours? You know, even an epic shit ends after like 10 minutes. Like, what could you possibly be doing? A Chinese man was fired by his employer for spending too much time in the toilet during work hours. The man reportedly took bathroom breaks of between 47 minutes and 6 hours. Chinese news media recently reported the bizarre case of an employee surnamed Wang who sued his employer for wrongful termination after being fired for spending too much time in the toilet during work hours. I think we've covered this story before. Now, undergoing surgery for an aortic issue, the man continued experiencing pain and discomfort, so he started spending 3 to 6 hours on the toilet every day. Wang's former employer claims that during a period of 10 days, he took a total of 22 bathroom breaks, which lasted between 47 minutes and 6 hours. Citing provisions in the staff handbook related to tardiness, leaving work early, and authorized absences, the unnamed company from Tianjin terminated Wang's employment. Well, yeah, because he's not doing the job. Now, if there is a way to set up his desk on the toilets, I guess things would have been better. But I don't know. So, but I have to side with the company on this one. There's things that could have been done before this situation ended up like this. Anyway, let's move on up here. More from Audio Central. Angry locals lift up newly laid asphalt road to prove it's actually just carpet. Locals in the Indian state of Maharashtra were shocked to discover that their newly laid road was actually just a carpet with a thin layer of asphalt poured over it. According to Lokmat Times, the people of Karjat Has Pokhari, a village in Maharashtra's Jala district, had long been pleading with elected representatives to rebuild their poor roads, and last month their prayers were finally answered, or at least that's what they thought when they saw their layer of asphalt covering the dirt roads. Only their joy was short-lived, as it soon became clear that the company in charge of the project did a very shady job, laying a very thin layer of asphalt over a carpet-like canvas that can easily be lifted from the dirt base with little effort. So, and they have a video here. They literally just asphalted a long carpet. Wow. That is absolutely appalling. They should overthrow their local government. If they can't keep a road up, and for the government to reply like this is just spit in the eye. So, yeah. Anyway, and we're going to be talking about this article a couple of times because I think there's one or two other links with this particular occurrence here. We're going to move on up to UPI, aka UPI. California researchers encounter unusually large group of orcas. Marine researchers in California were treated to a unique experience when they came across an unusually large pod of orcas composed of up to 24 killer whales. Michelle Pearson of the Oceanic Society said he and his fellow researchers set out on a whale watching tour near the Farallon Islands and decided to deviate from their usual route, so they approached the islands from the south. Pearson said the group spotted a blue whale in a pod of humpbacks before he spotted an orca's dorsal fin poking out from the top of the water. The researchers were soon shocked to be surrounded by up to 24 orcas, including several mother and child pairs and multiple adult males. Wow. That's kind of scary because maybe they were like hunting the boat. Don't forget. Don't forget.
The killer whales decided that it's funny to flip boats.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. Like a couple weeks ago, we did an article about how orcas are intentionally ramming and destroying and flipping boats. So
it's just for fun.
Yeah,
they don't even care. They don't want to eat or hurt people. They just want to flip boats for fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, why not? If you can, why not? So we're gonna move on up here. We got another article here. Carrera, have you caught up to the articles yet?
No, I am still yelling at things.
All right. We got another article here from UPI, aka UPI. Mass wedding in India features 2,143 couples. Whoa. I guess if you don't want your wedding to be special. So, it says here, it was a day of celebration in Baran, India, when 2,143 couples exchanged their vows in under 6 hours, breaking 2 world records. So, that's the number of couples. So, let's see here. 2,143 couples times 2 equals 4,286 people in total got married within 6 hours. A registered trust called Shri Mahavir Goshala Kalain Sansathan organized the mass wedding, which included both Hindu and Muslim marriages. The event lasted less than 6 hours, breaking the Guinness World Records for the most couples married in 12 hours and the most couples married in 24 hours. So, wow. Not only did they do it in half the time, they did it in a quarter of the time. Holy crap. That's pretty cool. But kind of sad at the same time. You know? Like, I don't know. Anyway, Romisser, welcome to the show. I assume you're probably pumping the iron. So.
Oh, no, I just finished up.
Oh.
I've been here for a little bit now.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Just been chilling.
You down to read some headlines?
That I am. I am down.
This one raised my eyebrow, and if LA wasn't such a, scum-infested shithole, and if I actually had some money, I would actually kind of want to get this. So.
Oh, yeah. Troll apartment in the middle of Los Angeles, bridge listed for $250,000.
You know, what's funny is that, like, we all know about the troll under the bridge thing, and, like, there's a modern take on that, internet trolls. So now this is a physical combination of both. Like, you can be an internet troll on this bridge. Oh, yeah, here, this...
If I had the money, I would 100% buy that.
And check that out. So it's on, like, is that a functioning bridge? Or is that, like, the bridge is just part of the structure of your house? Well, it's obviously part of the structure of your house, but, like, I wonder if people, like, walk under your house or what? No. But it says here, a listing for a one bathroom house in LA is going viral for both its $250,000 price tag and its unusual location, the middle of a bridge. The Alhambra house, dubbed the Troll Apartment online, is located beneath the road and over the arch of a bridge overlooking the Alhambra. Oh, wonderful! So you're living underneath a road. Wow. The house features a quote-unquote rooftop patio, a fenced-in area adjacent to the street that runs over the bridge. Oh, cool. So go and have your morning coffee on the sidewalk. That's lovely.
Best way for me to make money? Just owning that. I'll make a profit off of that somehow.
Wow, it says here that this is one of only 11 properties in Los Angeles County listed for $250,000 or less. So if you want to live in LA, you're looking at $250,000 and the bare minimum. That is ridiculous. Wow.
Oh my! I can't imagine sleeping at night in that place. Oh my, that would be terrible.
Dude, what you need to do is just like you know how a lot of these YouTubers have like the soundproofing and all this stuff on their walls? Just get that for your walls and your ceiling of every room. Just like soundproof your whole house. Yeah.
That would just soundproof it, or just make it like make the road soundproof or something, so you don't hear the rubber going down going on the asphalt.
Well, I don't think you can do anything to the road, but like maybe you can like do something to muffle the noise coming down from the ceiling.
No. But this. Cut now.
Oh yeah, speaking of roads, like I want to show you something here really quick. We're going to be talking about this. Oh, not about this. There's another one. Hold on. There's this Indian. We just finished talking about it. There's this Indian little village area, and their road, their dirt road was in complete shambles. So, like for a while, they kept saying, "Oh, we need new roads. We need new roads." So the government came in and put in a new road. Instead of an actual road, though, it was a carpet with asphalt paved on top of it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, let's see, where'd it go? Here we go. Let me show you the video here real quick. So look at that. See, they're literally peeling it up like a carpet because they literally just rolled out a carpet and asphalted over it. And that's the road.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Like, that is horrible, shoddy. Like, you know.
That is some terrible engineering. That is a horrible engineering.
Dude, that makes China look actually, like, you know, reliable.
That makes their vehicles look decent.
Anyway, what else do we got here?
Oh, a book returned to the Washington Library after 81 years.
Oh, that's cool.
Dude, sweet.
Yeah, staff at the Washington Library were in for a surprise when a book returned to the facility turned out to be 81 years overdue. The Timberland Regional Library said librarians at the Aberdeen Timberland Library received a copy of the Bounty Trilogy by Charles Nordhoff and James Norman Hall this week, and the card inside the cover revealed it had been due back on March 30th, 1942. Wow. I wonder if they waived the late fee, or if it was just returned anonymously. Well, then again, it's on the card. Like, I wonder, can you track back like that? You know, that far? Like, who exactly like rented it out?
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't give out. It just gives out numbers and dates, but there's no names. So, I guess theoretically you can return it anonymously and not worry about late fees. No. But speaking about late fees, that reminds me of Blockbuster, and we're actually going to be talking about that at the end of the show. But let's move on up. We got another thing here from Oopie.
Oh. 3 men swept out to sea on giant inflatable duck.
Yikes. Man.
Oh, boy.
I don't know why you're quacking up, but this is a very foul situation.
Very.
Anyway, it says here, marine rescuers in England said a paddleboarder came to the assistance of 3 men who drifted out to sea on an inflatable duck. The Royal National Lifeboat Institution's Appledore station said volunteers were conducting training exercises Tuesday when they received word that 3 men who had floated away from Westward Ho Beach on a giant inflatable duck. A friend in a kayak attempted to push the duck to shore, but the unusual flotation device was soon more than 650 feet from shore. Yikes! The RNLI said rescuers were still on their way to the scene when a man on the paddleboard ventured out to tow the inflatable duck back to the beach, so they got rescued. That's scary, though. Like, you're out there, you have no paddles, and on that duck, like, you know, your arms are not that long, so, like, what are you going to do? Fingertip paddle versus the current? Like, you're not going to get far. So, that's scary. Oh, here's something that might raise your eyebrow.
Oh. British lifting duo smashed record with 997.5-pound deadlift. Oh, that's big weight.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like they did it themselves.
Oh,
Or, no, well, with each other.
500. That's about 500 a person. That's doable. Me and my buddy could do that.
You know what? Why don't you guys start like looking at some records you can start breaking? When is it going to show us? So here we go.
900-pound deadlift. My deadlift's already well over like 600 pounds. So I could probably, my buddy and I could probably slam that, no problem.
Dude, like seriously, like why don't you start looking into that? You and your friend, like, you can break this. This is a world record? Yeah, you can break this. Oh, he went muted again. It says here, a pair of British bodybuilders broke a Guinness World Record when they teamed up to deadlift 997.5 pounds. Married couple Sam Taylor and Sue Taylor Franklin, who previously broke the Guinness World Record for fastest 20-meter A320 aircraft pull by a team of 2 female, originally planned to follow up their feat by tackling the record for heaviest deadlift by a team of 2 female. Oh, so this is female specifically. What's the male deadlift?
Oh.
So,
I think the male one's like way heavier than that.
Duo, male deadlift record.
I think it's
1,400 pounds. All right, so this is going to be more of a challenge.
Call up Brian Shaw and Thor. Oh my God, they could easily beat that record, no problem. Even Thor in his current state could beat that record.
Well, tell him.
He's not even doing that well right now. He can beat that.
Tell him.
Brian.
Send him an email.
Like, yo, you do want to break a record really easily? Because I know, because those guys can already deadlift 1,000 pounds apiece.
Dude, can you imagine if they did a duo of 2,000 pounds?
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they could both do it at the same time. I mean, like the only issue is that their height is an inch difference. So that might cause a problem. It might not. I don't know.
Well, just put one of them on a little box or something. I don't know.
Well, it's not even that. Oh, I guess it really wouldn't make that big of a difference. It's only 1 inch.
Or I guess like
it's not that big of a deal.
I guess you can make like a special bar, you know, where like it like angles up or something and then angles back down by an inch, like on one side for I don't know.
I don't think you can do that though. That's the problem. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I think it would just look weird.
Yeah. Well, what else do we got here?
Ooh. Octopuses tweak the RNA in their brains to adjust to warmer and cooler waters.
Oh, wow. So that's their genetic material, their code itself. They have control over. They are not of this earth. They can't be. So, and I don't know why they keep saying octopuses. The correct plural is octopi. Octopi are curious and clever. They can solve mazes and puzzles, use tools, and are masters of camouflage. These complex abilities are powered by their sophisticated and giant brains. Now in the pop-up. Now in the journal Cell, researchers report that octopi are able to edit genetic information to quickly resculpt their brains when confronted with changes in their environment. Whoa! So they're like singular species evolution. This is insane.
Wow.
I worded that wrong. Like, they are singular lifetime evolution. Multiple. Like, they can adjust back and forth. This is wild.
Big brain. Talk about big brain.
Yeah. Oh.
Gargantuan brain.
Yeah. Mega mind. So. Yeah, no, man, all of these articles.
Excuse me, I make music.
Yes, you do.
Indeed, you do.
Excuse me, octopi, make music.
Probably they can.
Do they have
my ass?
Yo, dude, they have 8 tentacles. Theoretically, they can play 4 guitars at once. So.
Hey,
what the fuck did you just say?
You heard what I said. An octopus can be like its own band. 2 tentacles for the drums, 2 for a guitar, 2 for a bass, and then it has 2 left over, maybe for like another guitar or some other type of instrument. There you go.
Or just
I can actually play all of them at once.
Well, are you an octopi?
I am the spot guy.
All right. Anyway, moving on up. What do we got here from NPR, Mr. Rhombusser?
I have, before you start, I wanted to say something. What the term you're looking for with the octopi is modular brain chemistry.
Ah, that makes sense.
Meaning they can change their brain chemistry to suit their environments.
All right, yeah.
And each arm they have has a brain in it as well.
I think I remember hearing about that. Yeah,
They have 8 brains.
they have 9
Yeah.
actually.
They have 9 brains, 2 stomachs, 3 hearts,
mm-hmm.
and most except for just a couple of species of octopi are venomous.
Huh. Wow. Well, the more you know about an octopus. Brought to you by Omni. Well, brought to you by Nurgle. Like, thank you. Like, dude, octopi are not of this earth. They can't be. Like, that is not terrestrial.
Whatever you do not play around with a ringed octopus.
I don't play around with any animal. Like,
There's no
4,000 goddamn
what?
$4,000 computer.
Thorera, please keep it professional.
Anyway, Mr. Rhombus, what do we got here?
Ooh, a fluorescent green Venice canal is beguiling residents. Police are on the case.
Beguiling. What does that even mean? Like, I've heard that term before, but let me look that up. Charming or enchanting, often in a deceptive way. Ah, yeah. All right. It says here, something's in the water of Italy's famed Grand Canal in Venice. Venetians woke up to a mysterious patch of fluorescent green in the central waterway on Sunday. The verdant stretch hugged an embankment near the Rialto Bridge and appeared to spread as the day went on, based on images posted to social media. Police are investigating the origin of the liquid after residents reported the spectacle to authorities on Sunday morning. Luca Zaia, the governor of the Veneto region, said on Twitter. Italy's Fire and Rescue Agency said it is working with local environmental officials to identify the substance from collected water samples, or collected samples of the water. Blah, blah, blah. I'm having a stroke. Probably drank some of this water. But,
I'm guessing it's some kind of sewage.
Yeah.
So I know sewage can turn fluorescent green.
Dude, that's like radiation green. Like,
It's just a nuke. Just like they set a nuke off in the middle of the ocean, and it just spread into Venice.
I mean, maybe, you know.
Maybe they just want Venice to go under faster.
Huh. It's already going under pretty quick. Yeah, it is.
Underwater. Yeah.
It is, yeah. No, Venice has a serious problem, and 100 years from now, and it might not even exist anymore. Like,
yeah.
So anybody who wants to go see Venice, you know, and go have like a romantic, you know, honeymoon, do it now, because there might not be a tomorrow to do it with, and at least, you know, for there. So,
yeah.
Here we go, more ducks.
Oh, giant inflatable ducks make a splash in Hong Kong as pop art project returns after 10 years.
2 giant inflatable ducks made a splash in Hong Kong's Victoria Harbour on Friday, marking the return of a pop art project that sparked a frenzy in the city a decade ago. The 2 18-meter tall yellow ducks by Dutch artist Florentijn Hoffman resemble the bath toys many played with in their childhood. Shortly after their launch, dozens of residents and tourists flocked to the promenade near the government headquarters in Admiralty to snap photos of the ducks. All right. Oh, here we go. Several photos here, just ducks. Oh, yeah. I remember this, like the giant inflatable duck meme from 10 years ago. And now it's back. Cool. It's just like looming over the sky. It's like the Quacken. Release the Quacken!
Like, Dear me.
Seriously though, like, it's some of these photos are terrifying. Like, imagine it as a kaiju, like, especially this one, where it's just in the background, like, soon.
As that person just trying to do some art, he's like, do it faster.
Yeah, no, he's making an artistic, like in that one South Park episode where they made macaroni pictures for Moses.
Yeah.
He's making an artistic sacrifice, and a duck is just like, hurry up. He's like, yes, master.
Like, I'm hurrying up.
What else do we got?
Ooh. Officers round up hundreds of pigs from overwhelmed Florida animal sanctuary.
Huh. All right. Animal control officers rounded up more than 600 pigs from an animal sanctuary in Florida after their overwhelmed owner called for help. Yikes. It took nearly 4 days for officers in Escambia County to capture so many pigs on the 8-acre or 3.2 hectare property used by In Loving Swineness Sanctuary, said John Robinson, the county's animal control director. Last year, the sanctuary had about 150 miniature pigs that its owners were using to remove invasive Corgan grass around the Florida Panhandle community of Cantonment, the Pensacola News Journal reported. The pigs proved to be prolific procreators. Their population has grown so large, Robinson said, that the sanctuary operator called his agency last week saying, "I can't take this anymore. I can't take this anymore. I'm surrounded by pigs."
So they just did their impression of hamsters.
Yes. But man.
And succeeded.
Yep. Huh. All right. And yeah, we spoke about this in another article. If you want to read this for a refresher.
Oh, yeah. In an unusual orca sighting, tourists spots at least 20 killer whales off San Francisco.
Yeah, that's scary.
That's a yikes.
Yeah, I would not want to be in the middle of that pod because you don't know if they're going to knock you over, if they're hunting you, you know? Like, because they're all there. Like, it's not like a case of like, one or two that are curious. No, you got a whole pod there, and are they hungry? You know?
Yeah.
Oh. But we got some more waves here. Let's see if the golden loon is still here. No, he's not. No. Because he used to be a surfer. So.
Ooh. So surfers ride an Amazon tidal wave on full moon.
Yeah.
Whoa. Surfers at Amazon's mouth ride some of the world's longest lasting waves.
Huh. So it says surfers from all over Brazil gathered this week at the Amazon River's mouth to ride some of the world's longest lasting waves when the incoming tide roars upriver in a broad band that can keep surfboards afloat for kilometers or miles. So wow, imagine surfing for miles. That's pretty cool. Oh.
Scary thing is that they fall in, there might just be an anaconda sitting there making direct eye contact with them. You just sit there,
just in time, the golden loon. Want you to hear this. Surfers at Amazon's mouth ride some of the world's longest lasting waves. Because of the geographical area at the mouth of this river.
Oh, I've seen that before, yeah.
The waves can last for miles.
Yeah, it's when the tides come in or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it brings this big wave. Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird because it's fresh water, so it's not as buoyant.
Huh.
So it's a little tricky deal. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
You know what we got to do?
What's that?
Boogie board. Yeah. Anyway, here we go. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming. SoCal study shows sharks, humans can share ocean peacefully.
No, they can't. No, they can't. So.
Well, it's either the human freaks do they just have a panic attack and get eaten by the shark, or they stab the shark. But
Let's see here.
If you chill out, you actually won't get hurt.
Yeah, there's drone footage here of a shark not far away from a couple surfers.
I was going to say, yeah, sharks are actually surprisingly chill if you just don't annoy them.
Yeah.
Or even, like, you can even get away with swimming alongside them. They don't really care.
Yeah.
They're pretty laid back.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, researchers at California State University Long Beach-based Shark Lab used drones to study juvenile white sharks, great whites, along the Southern California coastline and how close they swim to humans in the water. That's scary because I've been out in Southern California waters many times, and I don't know how close a shark has been to me. Although I have been hit by a ray. I have been, well, it wasn't a full-on sting. It was more of a graze, but still it hurt. The loon got, this was like, so let me get some pointers. For anybody who, likes to go in the ocean or you're thinking about going in the ocean, keep this in your brain. Shuffle your feet. Don't step. Because what happened to my dad is that he stepped right on the top of a ray, and the tail whipped around and right on the top of his foot stung him.
Oh.
So I got grazed because I shuffle. I shuffle and I hit it. I still got hit. I got grazed, but that's better than getting stung. It still hurts. Believe me, it still hurts. And like man, like when I was shambling along the beach, because I was limping because I was in pain and my foot was bleeding. A lot of people were giving me double takes, like, what's happening to that guy? Like, I got hit by a ray.
Yeah. Like, little tip of advice: don't jump in. There's a bay in Delaware, I believe. It's kind of like you come in, it goes in, it narrows down to a small point. It's not the Chesapeake. It's not. I can confirm this. This is not the Chesapeake. It's not even close. Well, I guess it's kind of close, but you go in, and it kind of opens up. It opens up into like a lake-looking thing. It's not really a lake. It's actually just a bay. It's a very small bay. And I will say, don't swim at the bottom of that area because you will get bitten by a skate.
By a what?
A skate.
What's
a skate? They look very similar. A skate is. It's very similar. They look similar to a. They're flat like a stingray, but they bite. I think.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, they're kind of like a stingray, but they don't sting usually. I mean, technically they are a form of ray. Huh. They're more bitey.
You see this?
They will bite.
You see this picture?
Yeah.
You're like, hello.
Like, hello. I actually seen one. We pulled one out of the. We were in Ocean City. Well, no, we weren't in Ocean City. We were in Myrtle Beach, and one of our buddies was there with us. Or we didn't even go with him. He was just in a separate room. He was in the same hotel. So
wow,
we were.
Look at the size of that thing.
Yeah, they get big. But yeah, There's a specific way, because their mouth opens weird. Like, the way they can bite, their mouth can, like, protrude out. Similar to, like, you know how the lemon sharks, like, how their mouths can, like, kind of protrude out?
Yeah, like a goblin shark and such, yeah.
Or, yeah, stuff like that. They can do that. So that little point. So you see that point on the end of their face? Yeah.
Oh, so the mouth is attached to the point, so it comes out like that.
I don't think it's attached to that point, but do be careful when you pick one up. Get to the sides of it. Like, don't go in front of the mouth.
Yeah, like how this guy has, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, well, a bigger one, you might get away with it, but I wouldn't risk it.
Well, this person here is holding it by the two sides too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're all holding it like that.
Yeah, there's.
Right. Anyway, let's get our last article here. What do we have?
Ooh, Blockbuster: The Rise and Fall of the Iconic Video Store.
Which, by the way, there's another YouTuber out there called Company Man, and he does a lot of really good videos about like the rise and fall and rise again sometimes of certain companies. He's talked about Blockbuster, Amazon, Google, Microsoft. He's talked about a lot, like the Mars company, like everything. So. But yeah, like, let's rewind back to the early 2000s where movie rental stores reigned supreme, and the best way to spend a Friday night as a kid was heading to your local Blockbuster. I remember those days. From action flicks to comedy and everything in between, Blockbuster had it all, and the process of picking out a physical movie to take home felt almost sacred. But seemingly overnight, Blockbuster was ripped from our hands. What happened to Blockbuster? Yeah, they sure they went bankrupt, but how did a multi-billion-dollar company vanish so quickly? Yep. And I still have my Blockbuster card. Well, it's actually my dad's, but it's mine now. So, that.
I actually went in. Because they were still around when I was little. Like, when I was really little. They were still around. We actually went in a few times and got some movies. It was cool. I liked it. I kind of wish they didn't go bankrupt. Because, honestly, you could find some cool stuff.
Yeah, well, if only, they bought Netflix when they had the chance,
Yeah. They still post on social media.
Huh.
They wrote, but they sit there and jab at Netflix. Like, they sit there and make fun of them.
Pathetic. Oh.
I think it's funny.
But yeah, anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, you can check the underbar of the description for any links you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition, which in itself includes...
The Rhombusers YouTube channel, and Sohen's Twitch.
Yes, and your Instagram as well, Rhombusser.
Oh, yeah.
And all that jazz. Hey, Alice, welcome to the show. We're ending it. For your dose of different, odd, and unusual, we stream every Tuesday and Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time, which is 4 p.m. Mountain. Carrera, what time is it in Central?
3.
Right now,
5.
What?
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock Central and what Eastern?
6 o'clock.
6 p.m. Eastern.
Yes. For all of you and all of us, I am Alexander.
I am the Rhombusser, a.k.a. I am a surgeon.
It's 6 o'clock Central. Pretty much.
No.
Yeah, right now.
Well, yeah.
Right now.
But we started almost an hour ago.
Yeah.
So. And who is this new addition we just got?
Oh, the lovely who is Alice, or Lady Death. Just don't come late for dinner. Oh my God, I came in late. Sorry.
Yep.
I mean, hey, better late than never.
Yep.
Better late than never, exactly.
Yep. Anyway, until you catch us next Tuesday, or if you're interested in some history, we have a history show every day at 11 in the morning Pacific Time. And we also have The Kicked Peanut, a shoot the shit, talk about whatever, style of show, which actually, Alice, we have quite a bit of topics already for the Peanut.
Oh, no.
I want to talk with you after the show because a lot of the news articles actually we covered in this show just now, I'd like to touch base again in the Peanut. So,
we can just deduce the ones you talked about today, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, the Peanut coming up this Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time. Anyway, until next time you see us, until then, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!
Toodles!